Hi everyone, welcome to the day 10 of our 30 days of JavaScript series. So, we have already crossed the journey of 10 days, right? So, today's question is allow one function call. So, what we have been told in this question is that we have been given a function fn, okay, and we need to return a new function that is identical to the original function, and it ensures that everything works properly. Only the thing is this fn should be called only once. Now let me explain you what does this mean. So let's say we have an argument, okay, which explicitly tells us here that it is the number of calls, okay. So we have, let's say, the number of calls as 1 2 3. This is one call, okay. The second call is 2 3 6. Now we are making here 1 and 2 number of calls, right? And here in this question we have been told that the function should be called only once. To the maximum time it has to be called only once, okay. And if it is called more than once, okay, then what we need to do, we need to return undefined. Fine. So let's see what we have to do now. So this is the means calls which is having parameter, and this parameter will be passed in the fn function, okay. So what do we need to do? If this is our function, okay, let's say our function is having argument, this argument is basically this calls, okay. So what we need to do, we need to return this function only once. Function fn should be returned only once. We need to take care of it. If this count is lost, then the value that we were expected to get will not be there, okay, and we will be getting an error. So here we need to pass the argument in such a way that this fn is called only once, and after that it is returning only undefined. So let's move on and see how to solve this question. So the approach we will be using in this question is very easy. So let's see our function, outer function, okay, is once, and in this we are passing fn, okay, and we are returning a function which has argument. This argument has calls with parameters, okay. So what it will have, it will have 2D array, fine, and inside that array one the for once it will be showing the number of calls, and for every array the value it will carry, like here it is 1 2 3 and 2 3 6. It will be the parameter that will be passed in fn, okay. So now here we have the arguments, right? Now what we need to do here is we will we will need to keep a count, right, that how many times this function is getting called. So what we will do, let's say we keep a count here, okay, and what we do, for the first time when this function will be called, this count will remain as 0 only, right? So will be 0, then only after that it is called, then only it will execute. So what we will do, we will check here, if c is equals 0, then what we will do, we need to increase this count, okay, so that if this function is this function is called again, then the increased value will not satisfy this rule and it will return undefined, okay. So we will check here, if c is equals to 0, then the first thing we will do is we will increment the value, and after that what we will do, we will return this fn by passing args in it, okay, the argument. So what we are sending here, we are sending the parameters, fine. So for the 0th index we will pass the parameter here, and now what will happen, now this is only for the true condition, right? For the first time when the function fn is called, so this will execute. Now let's say we had calls, right? So it had 1 2 3 and 2 3 6. So if let's say in that function sum was taking place, so it has to return 6 and then it should be undefined, right? So we called this function once, the count was 0, it got changed, means it got checked and it was correct, the value got incremented and we returned as required. Now we are calling this function again, right? Because we have one more parameter left. Now this function, right, this value got incremented to 1, c got incremented to 1, and this value is not getting satisfied now. So what we have to do, we need an else block also. So what we will do here, we will write an else block and we will return undefined here, undefined. This is only the thing we need to do here, that's it. So we will return defined here, undefined here, and whenever the function is called more than once, this will be returned, and this is what we have to do here. So this is one way of using solving this approach. We can also use the way where we can declare a flag, okay. So what I basically mean is, so we can declare a flag, okay. So flag here can be true, no, let's say it is false, okay. So what it basically mean is, the function has not been called, the function has not been called. So in order to check that this function has been called, what we have to do, we will check if flag is equals false. What we will do, we will have to change the flag to true first, that this has already been called, and after that we will return function of args. And instead of checking this now, what we can do simply here, we can use the negate option, like this exclamation and flag. So this will basically means, if this is false, then it will return the not version of it, that is not false. If not false, not false means it is true, right? So if this is true, then what we have to do, we have to change the flag to true and return the f of args. Now this value get this is the value, right? Now the flag got changed to true. So now when the function is called again, so what it will do here, it is true, and not will change it to false. Therefore this condition will become false here, and then it will go to else block where we will be returning undefined. So this is basically what we are supposed to do here. So till now we have been going through easy questions only, and I hope that you are finding JavaScript quite easy. And if you have any queries, you can put them down in the comments. I will try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. And now let's move on to the code and see what we have to do there. So let's see the code now. So first what we will do, we will declare a count here and we will initialize it with 0, fine. Now what we will do, we will check that if c is equals to 0 or not. Now we checked here, it is equals to 0. If we find that it is equals to 0, we will increment the value, and then what we will do, we will return fn of args. And in case the function is called more than once, then we will just return undefined. So this is it. This is what we need to do in this question. Let's try to submit it. Actually, first we will run it and see the sample test cases. These have been passed. Let's try to submit it now. So this has been accepted. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful and helpful. If you want to continue with me in this journey and want to learn more about JavaScript in the upcoming days, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.